Hello and welcome to number 10. Now on the previous one I spoke a little bit more about sin and what it's about, breaking the 10 commandments. Where did the 10 commandments come from? Well, as I mentioned, that the book of Exodus in chapter 20 in the Old Testament is where God gave the 10 commandments to the Israelites. The 10 commandments were in place well before the Israelites come out of slavery from Egypt. They've been there since the Garden of Eden. And the 10 commandments basically describes God, is a reflection of God. Okay, the first 4 is our love to God, and the last 6, our love to our fellow men and women. So, but anyway, who is God? How come no one can introduce you to him? You can't see him, you can't shake hands with him. Who is he? Where is he? Have you ever wondered about that? I have, but I'm glad the Bible has some answers. But before I go to some very brief Bible texts, I just want to describe 3 attributes about God which are absolutely mind-blowing. The first one, he is omnipresent, which omnipresent means he is everywhere at the same time. For example, he can be here sitting in the cab of the truck with me. At the same time, he's at someone else overseas, say in Hawaii, sitting underneath a coconut tree. At the same time, he could be in Russia peeling a potato. I know it might be a bit of a silly example, but basically God can be present everywhere at the same time. He's omniscient, and omniscient is actually got science in it. It's like saying omniscience, but omniscience. Okay, and that means he knows everything. There's nothing what he doesn't know. Okay. He is where all our knowledge comes from, all our wisdom comes from him. And another part is he's omnipotent. Okay, he is all powerful. All power comes from him. There's nothing he cannot do. Okay, so our God he's omnipresent. He's everywhere. He's omniscient, so he knows everything, and he's omnipotent, as in all powerful. Now that is mind blowing to me, and probably to you too. And if you haven't really heard about God, it might be a bit hard to take in, but basically that's describing him. Okay, and we still cannot fully understand him. He is outside of his creation. He's not limited to what he creates. And well, okay, I'll put it this way: the average human brain weighs about 1.3 kilograms, give or take. If we can understand God fully in a brain that weighs about 1.3 kilograms, well, to me, it's not worth knowing. But yeah, we'd never fully understand how he is. But anyway, I won't read from the Bible, but I'll quote from there. I'll summarize from what it says. You can look this Bible text up yourself. Again, I recommend the King James Version any day, but use whatever version you got there. Okay. 1 John in the New Testament, 1 John chapter 4, verse 7 and 8 tells us that we ought to love one another simply because God is love. Okay? There's nothing unloving about God. He loves us all, and again, his 10 commandments is based on love. Love to him and love to everyone else. Isaiah in the Old Testament, chapter 54 and verse 10. Okay, Isaiah 54 and verse 10 mentions that the mountains may depart, but his love will never depart from us. And then we also in the Old Testament, the book of Psalms, Psalms 136 and verse 26 mentions that his mercy endures forever. And then again in Psalms 86 and verse 15, it says that he is full of compassion, he is gracious, long-suffering, plenteous in mercy and truth. Isn't that beautiful? You love the sound of that? Oh, Dean, that's the God I serve. Yeah, okay, and back to Isaiah again. Isaiah 9:6 mentions that he is wonderful, a counselor, a mighty God, the everlasting Father, the King of kings. There is no one greater than him. And that I'm so happy for as well. And the last verse I'm going to give is my favorite verse in the Bible, where it says that God commends his love towards us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Okay, here's a question for you, something to think about. Is God and Jesus the same person? I'll tell you on the next one. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.